There are plenty of times during an encounter when a strike of an opponent, or a shove, or a push, or even falling down a cliff is going to affect where you are in the grid. And this is called forced movement. It's something that you don't have a lot of control of, someone else usually does, and it is usually a problem. My name is Don. I'm trying to be the Sly Strategist, and let's go ahead and get into it. So, a forced movement can be defined as when an effect forces you to move, or if you start falling, the distance you move is defined by the effect that moved you and not your speed. So, basically, even if your movement speed may be 25 or 30, or it could be less than that depending on your encumbrance or armor you're wearing, or a bunch of other things, that doesn't define how far you move during a forced movement. It is really the movement itself and the specific description and effects of that particular movement. However, one good thing about this forced movement is because you are not acting to move. In other words, you didn't throw yourself over the cliff, or you didn't throw yourself 10 feet away from a monster in order for something to happen. You are being forced to move. It does not trigger a reaction. There is no way for an opposing creature to notice the twitch in your shoulders, the movement in your hips, the turn of your foot, that you were going to do something. So therefore, there's no way for them to react to what you're doing. So those attacks of opportunity or any other type of reaction is not something that can be done on a forced movement. Also, let's say that you were pushed the equivalent of 15 feet, but 10 feet behind you, there was a wall. If forced movement would move you into a space that for some reason or another you can't occupy because something's in the way, because you lack the movement type to reach it. For that, I mean something, if someone were to push you up and you don't have flight or floating, then you couldn't move that whole distance up without refalling and taking damage from the fall. You would stop moving in the last space that you can occupy. Usually, when this happens, the creature or the effect that is forcing the movement, it's the thing that chooses the path that you would take. For example, a monster shoving you is going to shove you in the direction you want to go. If a hazard, let's say one of those swinging logs, swings in and you're standing here, you are going to move the opposite way of that particular trap or effect. So it chose your path for you. If you're pushed or if you're pulled, you usually can be moved through hazardous terrain, pushed off a ledge, those kind of things. But abilities that reposition you in other ways can't put you in such dangerous places unless it is written specifically in the text for that particular effect. So it's something to keep in mind that unless it's really a physical push or pull, the effect can't put you in a hazardous location. However, in all these cases, just like with most things, the GM is the one who makes the final call. If there is any doubt whatsoever whether the forced movement can move a creature to a certain location. So the overriding principle for a lot of these are going to be, if there is any consideration whatsoever that needs to be made as to whether you can or can't be put in a certain area, it is always going to be the GM's call. Now, I hope this little quick tip on forced movement helped you out, let you know a little something maybe you didn't quite know, or made you look at it a different way, kind of like all the videos. And if you did happen to like it, feel free to like, subscribe, or hit that notification bell for more videos that are coming down the pike. But regardless of what you do, I hope you have a great day and happy adventuring. Thanks.